Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
no introduction. Okay. Shalom, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Baraka Thumb, and Yahweh Shamar al Thumb Bahashim Yahweh Shah, all the Akim and Akwafim out there, which means all our brothers and sisters out there. This is the Baltimore Sabbath Service. We're in May 30th, 2026, and we're going to go right into it. The last time that we were at the Sabbath service, we talked about Israel, pretty much their journeys. Today we're going to be talking about Israel's journeys in the wilderness. And the last time we talked about it, we talked about how they left the land of Goshen, which was within the city of Ramses, and they left on the first day of unleavened bread. That's where the children of Israel left, and they left. Of course, the Egyptians were pushing them out of Goshen because they were trying to bury their firstborn. So now we're going to continue in Numbers 33 today and talk about the journeys of the children of Israel. We know that the children of Israel made 42 stops in the wilderness on their journey to the promised land. So we're going to be pretty much talking about each of those stops today that they took. So today we're going to start off at Numbers 33, verses 4 through 10 in the Hebrew.
Numbers chapter 33, verse 4. Matazariam, Makbabarium, Ad, Ashar, Haka, Yahweh, Baham, Kol, Bakawar, Yaba Alahayim, Aisha, Yahweh, Shapatyam, verse 5. Waya Saiwa, Bunya Yasha'ala, Mara'aim Sas, Waya Kanwa, Basaka, verse 6. Waya Saiwa, Masaka, Waya Kanwa, Ba'atham, Ashar, Bakwataza, Hamadabar, verse 7. Waya Saiwa, Ma'atham, Waya Shab, Al, Paya, Hakayarath, Ashar, Al, Punya, Ba'al, Tazapawan, Waya Kanwa, Lapunya, Magadal, verse 8. Waya Sawa, Mapunya, Hakayarath, Waya Ibarwa, with a wak, a yum, Hamadabarha, Waya Lakawa, the rock, Shalasha, Yum, Bamadabar, Athum, Waya Kanwa, Bamara, verse 9. Waya Saiwa, Mamara, Waya Ba'awa, Ayalama, Waba Ayalam, Shathyam, Aishara, Ayanath, Mayum, Wishaba'ayam, the Mariam, Wayakanwa, Shum, verse 10, Wayasaiwa, Ma'ayalam, Wayakanwa, Al, Yum, Sawap. And that's it.
All right, now we're going to be reading this in the English. We're going to be reading this in the English, Numbers chapter 33, verse 4. 4 through 10 in the English. Verse 4, for the Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which the Lord had smitten among them. Among their gods also the Most High executed judgment. So you know that the Most High brought about 10 plagues on the children, on the Egyptians, and which these plagues pretty much mocked their gods. You had like frogs and gnats and locusts. This was pretty much a mockery of their gods. It was showing that the Most High had power over what they thought was their gods. Verse 5, and the children of Israel moved from Ramses, which the land of Goshen was in, and pitched in Succoth. Okay, and that word Succoth is interesting because that's where we get the Feast of Tabernacles from. All right, and so because that was their pretty much their first stop in the wilderness was Succoth. They called Succoth, and that's where the word the Feast of Tabernacles comes from. So, you know, when the Feast of Tabernacles, it reminds us that we were in temporary dwellings or temporary tents, you know, while we were in the wilderness. So that their first stop reminded them that they had to pitch their tents temporarily. Okay, and that's why we think of the Feast of Tabernacles when we wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. Verse 6, and they departed from Succoth and pitched in Etham, which is the edge of the wilderness. Verse 7, and they removed from Etham and turned again unto Pi-hahiroth, which is before Baal-zephon, and they pitched before Migdol. Verse 8, and they departed from Pi-hahiroth and passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness. So when they departed before Pi-hahiroth, this is where the Egyptians were pursuing them. Okay, and this is where the Red Sea, some people say the Reed Sea, was parted. Okay, and the children of Israel went down in. Pharaoh and his men went after them. And the waters came down on them. Okay, and this separated the children of Israel from the Egyptians. Continuing verse 8, passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, and went 3 days' journey into the wilderness of Etham and pitched in Marah. Verse 9, and they moved from Marah and came to Elam, and in Elam were 12 fountains of water, and 10 palm trees, and they pitched there. Verse 10, and they removed from Elam and encamped by the Red Sea. All right, now we're going to be reading Numbers chapter 33, 11 through 17 in the Hebrew.
Okay.
This is Numbers chapter 33, verse 11 in the Hebrew. Oyasaiwa, Ayam, Sawa, Oyak, Oyakanwa, Bamadabar, Sayan, verse 12. Oyasaiwa, Mama Dabar, Sayan, Oyakanwa, Pakwa, verse 13. Oyasaiwa, Mada Pakwa, Oyakanwa, Walawash, verse 14. Oyasaiwa, Walawash, Oyakanwa, Barak Yadam. Wala Haya Sham Vayam La'ain Lashatawaf. Verse 15. Or Yasaiba Barak Yadam. Or Yakanwa Bama Dabar Sayanya. Verse 16. Or Yasaiba Mama Dabar Sayanya. Yakanwa Bakwa Barath Hatha Awa. Verse 17. Well, Yesaiba Bakwa Barath Hatha Awa or Yakanwa Bakatazarath. And that's it. Right now we're going to be reading Numbers chapter 33, 11 through 17 in the English.
Numbers chapter 33, verse 11. And they removed from the Red Sea and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. Verse 12. And they took their journey out of the wilderness of Sin and encamped in Dophkah. Verse 13. And they departed from Dophkah and encamped in Alush. Verse 14. And they removed from Alush and encamped in Rephidim, where was no water for the people to drink. Verse 15. And they departed from Rephidim and pitched in the wilderness of Sinai. Verse 16. And they removed from the desert of Sinai and pitched at Kibroth Hattava. Verse 17. And they departed from Kibroth Hattava and encamped at Hazarath.
And remember, when they were at Sinai, that's where they went up Moses went up into the mountain and received the law, statutes, and commandments. And this is where they pretty much made a covenant. The Most High made a covenant with the children of Israel, and they agreed to that covenant. This is when they were in the wilderness, in Sinai. This is where they agreed with that covenant. Okay, and that was pretty much the first covenant that the Most High made with the nation of Israel. Of course, they broke that covenant right away, and then Moses had to go and renew. That had to be renewed quickly because they had to write the law, statutes down again. Because Moses broke the tablets, the first tablets, because when he came down, that Israel was just off the hook. So he came down and he broke the tablets, so he had to go back up, and Most High had to write, another. They had to make another copy for the laws that had been written down. All right. Now we're in Numbers chapter 33, and we're reading verses 18 through 24. We're going to read that in the Hebrew first.
That's it.
Okay.
Numbers chapter 33, verse 18. Wayasaiwa, Makatazarath, Wayakunwa, Barathama, verse 19. Wayasaiwa, Barathama, Wayakunwa, Baramun, Paratazah, verse 20. Wayasaiwa, Maramun, Paratazah, Wayakunwa, Balabana, verse 21. Wayasaiwa, Malabana, Wayakunwa, Barasa, verse 22. Wayasaiwa, Marasa, Wayakunwa, Bakwahalata, verse 23. Wayasaiwa, Makwahalata, Wayakunwa, Bahar, Shapar, verse 24. Wayasaiwa, Bahar, Shapar, Wayakunwa, Bakarada, verse 25. That's it.
Now we're going to be reading that. We're going to be reading Numbers chapter 33, verses 18 to 24 in the English. Numbers chapter 33, verse 18. And they departed from Hazarath and pitched in Rithmah, verse 19. And they departed from Rithmah and pitched at Ramon Perez, verse 20. And they departed from Ramon Perez and pitched in Libnah, verse 21. And they removed from Libnah and pitched as Rissa, verse 22. And they journeyed from Rissa and pitched in Kehelatha, verse 23. And they went from Kehelatha and pitched in Mount Shapher, verse 24. And they removed from Mount Shapher and encamped in Haradah. That's it. All right. Now we're going to be reading Numbers chapter 33, 25 to 31. I'm going to read that in the Hebrew. Numbers chapter 33, verse 25 in the Hebrew. For Yesaiwa, Bakaradah, Yakunwa, Bamakwahala, verse 26. For Yesaiwa, Bamakwahala, for Yakunwa, Bakakah, verse 27. For Yesaiwa, Mathakah, for Yakunwa, Batharak, verse 28. For Yesaiwa, Matharak, for Yakunwa, Bamathakwa, verse 29. For Yesaiwa, Bamathakwa, for Yakunwa, Bakashamana, verse 30. For Yesaiwa, Bakashamana, for Yakunwa, Sarawat, verse 31. Yesaiwa, Sarawat, Yakanwa, Babunya, Aikwan. That's it. Now we're going to be reading that in the English. We're in Book of Numbers, chapter 33, 25 to 31.
Numbers chapter 33, verse 25 in the English. And they removed from Haradah, and pitched in Machalath, verse 26. And they removed from Machalath and encamped in Tahath, verse 27. And they departed from Tahath and pitched at Terah, verse 28. And they removed from Terah and pitched in Mithkah, verse 29. And they went from Mithkah and pitched in Hashmonah, verse 30. And they departed from Hashmonah and encamped in Mazarah. Listen, what we saying right here is like, they're moving from place to place and stuff like that. The Lord then just brought them out of captivity. You see what I'm saying? Not only did the Lord bring them out of captivity, the Lord then destroyed their oppressors. You understand? So like here it is, the Lord is bringing them into the wilderness, and what you're saying is they're moving their camp. They're moving their camp, going from place to place and stuff like that. You feel me? We gotta imagine that this is what we're going to be doing. You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't going to be air conditioned all the time. You see what I'm saying? You may get hot. It's going times you may be cold. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, you have to endure. You see what I'm saying? You have to endure, and this is why you practice these things now. Like everything ain't going to be perfect conditions, but the thing is, it's necessary for us to achieve what we're trying to accomplish, what the Lord wants us to accomplish. You see what I'm saying? So don't have the spirit, because you'll see later on when they start murmuring, when people start murmuring and stuff like that, and that's why the Lord is going to do what He has to do with certain individuals. But what you're seeing is they're moving, they're not comfortable right now, but at the end of the day, the Lord is bringing them out of captivity to give them something great right now. You feel me?
It's like awesome times, man. It's something.
Yeah.
Awesome times. Bob brought up a good point. And if you actually look, it's actually in the Book of Numbers. I think it's. I'm trying to remember what part of the Book of Numbers. Maybe in the middle. The murmurings. A lot of the murmurings were caused. The murmurings were really caused. A lot of them were caused by the mixed multitude that came out with them. So that's something to really think about. That the mixed multitude that came out with them. A lot of people like to highlight, like, well, see, the mixed multitude came out with Israel too, so that means Israel can be mixed. But if you look at a lot of the mixed multitude was the one that was instigating a lot. That's why in Nehemiah, the Most High told Israel to separate from the heathen, separate from those other nations. He told them that in Nehemiah and Ezra, separate from them. If you look when they were in the wilderness, it's in the Book of Numbers. I have to pull it. The mixed multitude was the ones that were instigating some of that, instigating, and which shows. If you think of our communities today, when we mix up with other groups, they'll instigate and get us all riled up for their cause. Does that make sense? They'll have a cause, and they'll say, well, we know that the blacks, we know we can get the blacks in on it. We'll be the most riled up, and then guess what? We benefit nothing from it.
Right.
We benefit absolutely nothing from it. You think of all the movements when they try to get black people in, and black people be going gung-ho for it. We be the ones, what's the word, the old word, 10 toes down, whatever they say. And then we're the ones that are benefiting nothing from it. And then guess what? We're the ones that always are the ones that are getting blamed for it. So that's just something to think about. Nothing's new under the sun.
Verse 31. And they departed from Mazarah and pitched in Benajakan.
All right, now we're going to be reading. We're now going to be reading the Book of Numbers, chapter 33, 22 through 38 in the Hebrew. In the Hebrew. I mean, 32. So I can 32 through 38. So
okay. Numbers chapter 33, verse 32. Where Yesaiwa, Mabunya, Aikwan, where Kanwa, Bakar, Hagara Hagaragar, verse 33. Wayasaiwa, Bakar, Hagaragar, Wayakanwa, Wayatabata, verse 34. Wayasaiwa, Wayatabata, Wayakanwa, Ba'arabana, verse 35. Wayasaiwa, Ma'aibarana, Wayakanwa, Ba'aitazaya 1, Gabar, verse 36. Wayasaiwa, Ma'aitazayan, Ma'aitazayawana, it's like Ma'aitazaya 1, Gabar, Wayakanwa, Bumadabar, Tazan, Hawa'a, Quadash, verse 37. Wayasaiwa, Makwadash, Wayakanwa, Bahar, Hahar, Bakwataza, Arataza, Adawam, verse 38. Waya'al, Aharun, Akahan, Al, Har, Hahar, Al, Paya, Yahweh, Wayama, Shem, Bashana, Ha'arabayim, Mataza'ah, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Ma'arataza, Matazarayim, Bakadash, Hakamayashia, Ba'akad, Lakadash. And that's it.
Okay, now let's read that in the English. We're in the book of Numbers, chapter 33, verses 32 to 38. Let's read that in the English. Numbers chapter 33, verse 32. And they removed from Benejakan and encamped in Horahaggadah. Verse 33. And they went from Horahaggadah and pitched in Jotbathah. Verse 34. And they went from Jotbathah and encamped in Ebrona. Verse 35. And they departed from Ebrona and encamped at Ezion Gaber. Verse 36. And they removed from Ezion Gaber and pitched in the wilderness of Zin, which is in Kadesh. Verse 37. And they removed from Kadesh and pitched in Mount Hor, in the edge of the land of Edom. Verse 38. And Aaron the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of the Most High, and died there in the 40th year after the children of Israel were come out from the land of Egypt, in the first day of the 5th month. Now, you got to remember, when Aaron started this journey, Aaron was 83 years old. You got to think about that. 83. Aaron had already lived a lifetime. And then the Most High called him and Moses. I think Moses was 80. And so they had already lived a full lifetime. And the Most High used them. Aaron, as well as Moses, couldn't. Aaron had to pass on the priesthood to his son Eleazar, because he was not allowed to enter the land because he disobeyed the Most High along with Moses. The Most High gave them an order and they disobeyed it. Okay? So that, and they could not enter into the promised land. Okay, which is, sometimes the Lord will make an example out of us, or an example out of somebody to teach us. Okay, you see that all the work that Moses and Aaron did, and then they didn't follow one order, caused them not to go into the land. But it was a foreshadowing anyway, because I always said, who brought us into the promised land was a man by the name of Joshua, which in Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. So there's a lot of foreshadowing into the scriptures. You think about that, because Yahweh Shai, once again, is going to bring us into the promised land. So you see the foreshadowing there in the scriptures. All right, and that's it. All right, now we're going to be reading. We're in the book of Numbers, chapter 33, and we're reading 39 through 45. All right, book of Numbers, chapter 33. We'll be reading verse 39 first, and we'll go on to 45. Numbers, chapter 33, verse 39. Ra'aran, Bun, Shalash, Ra'aisharah, Yum, Wama'ah, Shana, Mama Bamakwa, Bahar, Har. Verse 40. Where you Shemai, Kana Anya, Balak, Irad, Hawa'a, Yeshab, Banagad, Banagab, Ba'aratazar, Kana Ain, Baba'a, Banya, Yasha'ala. Verse 41, where you Saiwa, Mahar, Hahar, where you Yakanwa, Bataza Lamana. Verse 42, where you Saiwa, Bataza Lamana, where you Kanwa, Bapa wa Nun. Verse 43, where you Saiwa, Mapa wa Nun, where you Kanwa, Ba'abath. Verse 44. Yesaiwa Ma'abath, Yakanwa, Ba'ai Yaya, Ba'ai Rabiam, Bawal, Mawa'ab, verse 45, Yesaiwa, Ma'ai Yayam, Yakanwa, Ba'ayaban, God. That's it. All right, we're going to be reading Numbers chapter 33, 39 through 45 in the English.
Numbers chapter 33, verse 39 in the English. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. Verse 80, verse 40. And King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. Verse 41. And they departed from Mount Hor and pitched in Zalmona. Verse 42, and they departed from Zalmona and pitched in Punan. Verse 43, and they departed from Punan and pitched in Obah. Verse 44, and they departed from Obah and pitched in Ajeabarim in the motor of Moab. Verse 45, and they departed from Lim and pitched in Debanagad. And that's it.
Remember when they got into the plains of Moab, Balaam and Balak tried to consult against the children of Israel, but it turned out against them. And then, the children of Israel slaughtered those Midianites in there. They also slaughtered Sihon and Og, the mighty Amorite kings. Well, they weren't so mighty towards us, but they were Amorite kings of great reputation. So when they slaughtered those Amorite kings, Sihon and Og, then that put fear in the other nation. And so Balak tried to get Balaam to come and curse the children of Israel when they heard that they were coming into the areas of Moab. And they were Midianites. And they came in, and he wanted Balaam to curse the children of Israel, which he could not. Mosai told me he needed to bless. And when we were in the Moabite territory, or in Moab, the territory, what happened was, what happened? We started to mess with the women. We started to mess with the women, which caused the plague to come on us by the Most High. What happened is that we Most High told the children to take vengeance on the Midianites. And so we slaughtered Balaam and Balak. We slaughtered them both there. We unalived them, okay, because they were one of the causes that caused the children of Israel to sin in that area. All right, and that's it. All right, this is the last round. We're reading the book of Numbers, chapter 33, 46 to 52 in the Hebrew.
Numbers chapter 33, verse 46. Where Yesaiwa, Mariyaban, Gar, where Yakanwa, Ba'elamun, the Balath Yamah, verse 47, where Yesaiwa, Ma'elamun, the Balath Yamah, where Yakanwa, Baharia, Ha'ibarium, the Punya, number Wa, verse 48, where Yesaiwa, Maharia, Ha'abarayim, where Yakanwa, Ba'irabath, Mawa'ab, Al, Yeradun, Yerakwa, verse 49. Wayakanwa, Al, Hayaradun, Mabaya, Hayashama, I, Abol, Hashatyam, Ba'irabath, Mawa'ab, verse 50. Waydabar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Ba'irabak, Mawa'ab, Al, Yeradun, Yerakawa, La'amar, verse 51. Dabar, Al, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Wa Amarath, Alaham, Kaya, Atham, Abarayam, Ha'aradun, Al, Arataza, Kana'ain, verse 52. Wahawarashtam, Kal, Yeshabya, Ha'arataza, Mapunyakam, Wa'abadatham, Wa'abad, what's it?
Yeah, you got it right.
Wa'abadtham, the one. Call Mashakayatham, Mashakyatham, Wa'ath, call Tazalamya, Masakatham, Ha'abadwa, Wa'ath, call Umatham, the Mashayadwa. That's it.
All right, now we're going to be reading. Now I'm going to be reading the book of Numbers, chapter 33, 46 to 52 in the English. Numbers, chapter 33, verse 46. And they removed from Debangad and encamped in Almon Debalafaim. Verse 47. And they removed from Almon Debalafaim and pitched in the mountains of Abiram before Nebo. Verse 48. And they departed from the mountains of Abiram and pitched in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. Verse 49. And they pitched by Jordan from Beth Jeshimoth and unto Abel Shittim in the plains of Moab. Verse 50. And the Most High spoke unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, verse 51. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, when ye are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan, verse 52, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quite pluck down all their high places. I wanted to say something too. Captain Mashak said something very interesting last night in Scripture Breakdown of DC, which fits actually this scripture. They were reading the book of Revelation, and it said that the sins of Babylon had reached unto heaven. And you got to think, and Captain Mashak made an excellent analogy, how when you're doing something, let's say you're doing something wrong, first, you made the analogy of school. When you're in school, you do something wrong, usually the teacher takes care of it, okay? But if it's a rule that you really broke or you've done something really heinous, if it comes across the principal's desk, now we're talking about the old day principals. I worked in schools, so we're not talking about the new principal stuff. But back in the day, if it came across the principal's desk, you was in big trouble. Okay, you're like, if it's something that came across the principal's desk, then that back in the day, you were getting in trouble for that. So you got to think the sins of these nations had reached up to heaven. That's how heinous these nations that were in the land were doing, in this land. Okay, they had reached up just like the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah. So when he told them to go on the land, the sins, the crimes that these nations were doing had reached up unto heaven. They came across where the Most High dwells. So they had to go. So that's why he's saying, you need to drive them out. Drive all the inhabitants out, destroy their high places, destroy their images, get rid of them out of the land. And if you notice, whenever there was a righteous king in the land of Israel, that's exactly what he would do.
God.
He would He would always renew. And there was three things, probably more than three, but there was three things a righteous king would always do. He would always renew the covenant. He would always renew the covenant. He would get all Israel together and renew the covenant. He would always restore the Levitical priesthood, and he would drive out the inhabitants of the land. Okay, he would drive them out. That's how you know a righteous king was in charge in Israel. Okay, because he would do those things. When it was an unrighteous king, he let the inhabitants of the land just dwell in sin, and they would copy off the nations around them. Okay, and if you look in the book of Chronicles and Kings, they always said that. There were still the high places. But when you had things like Josiah and Hezekiah that came through, that's what they did. They got rid of the things that they needed to get rid of. Okay, they obeyed the order in Numbers 33, verse 52. They destroyed the high place because what did the Most High say? If you don't, what happens? They'll become a thorn in your side, which was happening to the children of Israel. And then they started going after their gods. All right, and that's it. All right. All right, just the people up here. I might. La Yashala.
This is for everybody. Amadim, Wapanyah, Wadam, which means to rise and face the east. The east is behind you. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, then in the English, the Lord's Prayer. Abanam, Abanam, Shabbat, Shabbat, Badah, Badah, Yah, Hayah, Shabbat, Shabbat, Ho, Yahah, Balakbaka, Balakbaka, Taba'ah, Batazah, Yah, Hayah, Isha, Aisha, Ratza, Wa, Yah, Hayah, Shemaya, Shemaya, the Thunder, come. Call, you won, what's the luck now? 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 Well, I know, but the same one, ball, I'm shining now, young, right, yeah, cut. I'm a lock, in English, how far? Which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, and will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts. We forgive our debts. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. This is Hakat, the power. Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua. Bashar. Thunder now. Hakat. Call Allah. Call Manawa. Hakat. That's a hard. I'm going to Ryan. Hakat. Hakim. Hakat. Awkawa. That's my Allah. Hashem Yahushua. Wadaman in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. Power to cleanse the leper. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirit. Cast them out. Name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. This is blessed Israel. Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua. Rock Yasha'Allah. Sapari. Rock. Hashem Yahushua. Wadaman in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. This is Psalm 121. Aisha. Ayanya. Ahahari.
Yeah. Sorry. My eye. Yahweh. Shut. Young. All right. Are you done? Number what? Go. All you one. Shamar. Hana. In the one. Well, you shut. Shabbat. Yasha'al. Yahweh. Shamar. Yahweh. Dog. Yeah. Give me a you can. Mom. Shamash. Yakaka. Where you rock. Where you love. Yahweh. Shamar. Call right. Shemar. Abdul Yahweh. Yashemar. There's an actor. Akar. I will I'm up in the English. I'm lifting my eyes to the hills. What's coming from my help? The help coming from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. You will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. So neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. And this time forth. Even forevermore. So be it.
This is Psalms 83. Alahayim. Aldama Yalaka. Al-Farash. Al-Shakwat. Kiyahana. Yabdika. Hamayawan. Mishanayaka. Nisha'awa. Ra'ash. Al-Aimka. Riyamwa. Swat. Oyetaya'a. Al-Tazapawanyika. Marwa. Nakawa. Nakaki. Magolia. It's a car. Shem Yasha. What? Yeah. I tell what? Nah. You cut. A holy. Out of one. Where should my eye? My guardian. Ball. I'm one. I'm a lot. Tell the shop. I'm your shepherd. There's a war. Dumb usher war. Another what? Mom. You what? Bun you the what? Nah. I shall hum. The mighty. That's a yes for Yabi. But the call. But Yashma. Shema. But Yanda. You what? The man. La Dama. Show your thumb. The Yabba. Arab. Because of Abba. It's a Zomana. Calling to say you come well. Ashar. Marwa. Name Ashar. Luwa. Now, Alahayim. To your thumb. The governor. Watch. Upon your recur. The us. Your Ivor. You got a hubble. Double hot. Hard. Come. Not. What's Ivor? What was the pot? The Mahalam. When you hum. For the one. You question. Cut. Yahweh. The brush. Behold. Idea. The power. With your butler. With the Iowa. Yeah. The cup. Yahweh. The bucket. You one. I'll call. I'm on in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. Be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee. Lifted up the head. And taking crafty counsel. Against thy people. Consulted against thy hit one. They have said, come. Let us cut them off. Being a nation. The name of Israel. There be no more remember. They have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. Tabernacles of Edom. And the Israelites. Moab. The Hagarenes. The Baal. And Ammon. And Amalek. Philistine. Whose inhabitants of Tyre. Asher is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. The Lot.
unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
Sarah.
Teach Sarah.
Teach your Ben.
Teach your Ben.
The brook of the Son.
And the brook of the Son.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
It became as dung for the earth.
It became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Like their nose like a red.
Like the head.
Like the head.
Yea.
Yea.
All the princes of God.
All the princes of the body.
And that's the moon.
There's a moon.
Who said, let us stick to ourselves.
Let us stick to ourselves.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
The house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
My power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burns the wood.
The fire burning for wood.
And as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
Make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And trouble forever.
Trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
And men may know.
And men may know
That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh,
is Yahweh.
art the Most High
Son
for all the earth.
of all the earth.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessing. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
Yaka'ah.
Yaka'ah.
Ahayim.
Ahayim.
Tazabia.
Tazabia.
Alawatyam.
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 Asaranyam.
Asaranyam.
Akutazayanyam.
Akutazayanyam.
Akayayoyam.
Akayayoyam.
Baha'akwatyam.
Baha'akwatyam.
Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
Yahweh.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
The angels.
Manager Yahweh.
Manager Yahweh.
The generals.
General.
The captain.
Okay.
Officers. Troopers. And the sisters.
And the sister.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
These are the curses. Blessed you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things live.
And all things live.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
And then Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
The evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
Speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophet.
Thy prophet.
The teacher.
Teachers.
The prince.
The princes.
Priest.
The priests.
Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
The evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose the treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
Of the rich of Israel.
Refuse to give to the
They
school.
refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
Into that sanctuary.
Enter into thy
The
sanctuary.
evils and curses.
The evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and
To
destruction.
the Edomite.
To the Edomite.
And the nation.
And the nations.
The drug
And
dealers.
the drug dealers.
Court
The
system.
court system.
Prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our
All the
enemies.
governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and arms.
Amalek synagogues and all.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church. Pope. The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux
Ku
Klan.
Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Comitatus.
Classic Comitatus.
Gay.
The gay movement.
Gay
The
movement.
gay movement.
Lesbian
The lesbian movement.
Lesbian
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
That's the space program.
That's the space program.
Art.
Navy.
Navy. Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
In the airways.
Cable access
The
channel.
cable access
And the
channel.
radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit
Many of that people.
of any of that people.
Seek to stop.
They seek to stop.
Bring swift
To
destruction.
bring swift destruction
All the heat.
to all the heathens
Stand in the way.
that stand in the way.
Try to stop.
To try to stop
Broadcast your
from
word.
broadcasting your word
Throughout the planet.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all of them.
Let loose all the
Let
places.
loose all of them.
Let loose all the
Cause
places.
them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro
Through the earth.
through the earth
And consume
and consume them.
play.
The plagues.
Take the house of the
Take
thief.
the house of the thief
And the murder.
and the murder.
Take your house shot.
Let Yahushua,
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel
Come down with the flying
come
saucer.
down with the flying saucer
Punish all the
and
heat.
punish all the
Come
heathens
up against
that
them.
come up against us
As we speak that word.
as we speak that word.
Cause we know.
Let us be known
By all.
by all
That it is the angels
that it's the
that
angels
have done it.
that have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be
through
spread
the media.
through the media
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake it back.
Cause them to shake it that coming.
Name your house.
In the name of Yahushua,
Thank you always.
thank you always. So big.
So I was reading. This concludes the service.
Men of Israel, we're going to give a one courtesy salute to the teacher, Shah, which means turn. Men of Israel, Amani Shabbat, Imani, Barak, Yahaba Hashem Yahushua Barakatah,
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yadi Matah, Shah, which means turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give a one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amani Shabbat, Imani, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahushua, Yadi Matah, class dismissed.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're